Over the course of my career now, I've lived through a lot of booms and busts, right? I started my investment banking career during the dot-com boom and bust. And then, of course, after that, we saw the run-up. And we found ourselves at the great financial crisis, which, of course, was a disaster. And deals stopped, and valuations cratered. It was a mess. Central banks around the world began quantitative easing programs. Markets began to shoot back up. And we've lived in an era, for 15 years of, for the most part, ever increasing asset prices. But business owners need to think about things from cyclical perspectives. So let's go back for a second. Number one, think about the fact that their business doesn't have one value. It's not objective, it's subjective, it's a range of values. Number two, that the current value or the price that the market puts on their business is not their wealth. It's just what the market interprets the value to be today, which changes over time. Thirdly, I think you really need to pay attention to consolidation cycles. I talked about boom and bust cycles, but industries go through consolidations, right? Back in the early 2000s, we saw the IT staffing consolidation and government contracting consolidation. We've seen pest control and lawn care consolidate. We've seen HVAC consolidate. There's all these different industries that go through consolidation waves, like the bottled water industry, for example. You have these very moribund markets where companies sell for 3, 4, or 5 times EBITDA. And then there's a consolidation play, and largely driven by either publicly traded companies or more so today by private equity. When private equity starts to get into industries, they pay to play. They get large platform companies. And then they go out and make a lot of add-on acquisitions, which of course buoys the market. And we see run-ups in valuation multiples. And then once that consolidation starts to slow down, because it inevitably does, then the market changes once again and valuations fall. And what's always interesting to me is every single industry consolidation that takes place, business owners within that particular industry always believe the good times are here to stay, right? Even though valuation multiples may have been 5 times trailing EBITDA for 25 years, and then we get to a consolidation boom and they go up to 15 times, the business owners operating within that consolidation boom think that, okay, 15x is the new normal. This is what it will always be. So I can go out now and do acquisitions at 10 times and still create value because I'm a 15x business. So if I can buy the smaller ones from 10x, I'm creating value. And then what they come to realize is that as the consolidation boom slows down and valuation multiples once again begin to fall, now they're an 8x business or a 7x business, or inevitably they might be reverting back to the mean of 5x. One of the questions I always hate from our clients is, hey, Paul, I'm getting close to doing something, but maybe I've got another 6 months or a year. Where do you think valuations will be? Well, I have no idea because we've got a lot of things going on, right? You got to think about the broader capital markets, publicly traded markets. And then you also have to think about industry dynamics. Who's getting in and out of the industry, and where are we from a consolidation perspective? And so if you own a private business, say you own a mid-market business in an industry that could potentially consolidate or is consolidating, I think it's really important for you to pay attention to consolidation. How many deals are actually going on in the industry that you operate in? If there's no deals going on and things are very, very slow, that's a great time for you to go out and do M&A. That's a great time for you to buy when things are cheap. That's a great time for you to retool your business. When acquisition activity increases, and there's more demand and less supply of acquisition targets, you're naturally going to see valuation multiples rise. And that's the time when you should wake up and start to think about maybe this is the time for an exit. And of course, it's impossible to call a top. And I find in my relatively brief experience of 20 years, these consolidation booms tend to last longer than any of us would expect. But inevitably, just like the dot-com bust, when Halo Industries and Starbelly did their $240 million reunion, a couple months later, that stock cratered like thousands of others. So paying attention to consolidation booms is important. And I will do a future masterclass on understanding how to better time the market and what to look at. Today, I'm talking about valuation in general. What I hear most often from our clients here at Potomac is the extreme value in working with us years in advance of a sale. Not only do we help establish a fair market value in a range of investment values for the client, but we provide them a roadmap of everything they could possibly do in order to increase value and decrease risk in anticipation of a future sale. If you've got a sale on the horizon, whether it be 6 months from now or 5 years from now, we'd love to have a chat with you. Please use the contact form below in the description to reach out to us today. And feel free to share this masterclass series with somebody who you think might benefit from it. Again, I'm Giannamore. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you on the next one.